Let's go to Kenya's capital, Nairobi, and speak to Karl Schembri from the Norwegian Refugee Council. Karl, thank you for your time. How much has the truce, the ceasefire, despite its violations, helped organizations like yours do the work that they need to do in Yemen?
Well, look, it has definitely helped us gain access to areas that were previously harder to reach because of the fighting. It has made transport cheaper for everyone, including for us, the fuel costs going down. But more importantly, it has given a sigh of relief for millions of Yemenis. 8,000 medical patients, people who needed to travel for business, people who needed life-saving treatment abroad, managed to get out of the airport of Sana'a for the first time in years. So these are little victories, huge impact for the individuals involved that we need to also champion and encourage all sides to keep working on. There's been some good progress. Yes, it has stalled a bit in the last couple of months, and we hope that now they keep up the momentum and lead to bigger, longer-lasting peace for every Yemeni.
As far as you know, Karl, are we past the point where we had been not that long ago when the Houthi rebels were accused of taking some of the international, certainly food assistance that was coming into Yemen and almost using it as a weapon of war? And that was coming in through Hodeidah, which most of the aid comes into Yemen at that port.
Look, we're now at a stage where both parties to this conflict have shown the necessary trust to even start this process, and we need to keep encouraging them to build on that. It takes boldness, it takes courage to stop the fighting. Yes, there have been breaches, but we also need to acknowledge that the number of civilian casualties has halved since this truce has started. One might argue it should have been zero, of course, yes, but let's focus on the victories that are coming out of this truce, so that we can build on the bigger issues. The aid that has been reaching the Yemenis, yes, it hasn't been the most efficient route to get through to them for all the sorts of reasons that you mentioned and more. Bureaucracy and the conflict itself was making it next to impossible to reach some of the most vulnerable Yemenis. This truce is giving us the chance to reach them. This truce is giving some opportunities and hope that the Yemen conflict can be solved for so many civilians who have been brought down to their knees in these last 8 years of war. People lost everything from their businesses, their homes, their children, and this can't go on as business as usual.
It's going to be difficult, of course. I mean, in terms of per capita numbers, Yemen is one of the most heavily armed nations in the world, considering how many guns are owned by each individual in the country. In such an environment, and with the Saudi-led coalition supporting government forces and then Iran backing the Houthi rebels, has your organization found that when it meets everyday civilians that they all have to take a side, or are the majority actually just caught in the middle?
Well, I mean, you're basically answering your own question. The absolute majority of Yemeni civilians are ordinary people who have lost so much, and they don't care which side is going to win or which way it's going to go. They just want to lead their ordinary lives. They want to be able to travel for business. They want to be able to lead normal lives in safety. Their safety is one of their number one priorities, because they feel unsafe wherever they are. So that's the absolute majority of people who we work with want to send their children to school, want to make sure that they have the right medicines available, and that they can lead normal lives. The bigger questions, the politics of it, is actually what brought them here, and they recognize that, and they all they ask is for peace and stability.
Karl Schembri, thank you very much indeed. Always appreciate it, Karl. Take care.